Well, it's the end of July, and we've had multiple rounds of passion flowers blooming. Here's some that are just budding. We've already got some of them that have turned into fruit. You can see a couple in different stages. And there's so many passion flowers at the park right now with different variations in color and leaf shape. There's some I haven't opened up yet. I love the way the tendrils wrap around other things. That's why I made these makeshift trellises so they would climb. Seems like they like to climb. Here's some more about to be ready to open in a week or so. Some finally grabbing onto this post I gave them months ago. One climbing on the fence. A few more on the way. You can see goldenrod blooming on the hill behind the fence. There's a few passion flower vines down there on the hill too. Here's some more. There's another one. A whole bunch coming up beside it. Maybe it's just from the rain, but it's like different texture to the petals. It seems darker. There's another. Some more. That one's much lighter. Mostly white. There's the remnant of one of the fruits. Some animal's been eating it. A few seeds left. They eat them and they spread the seeds. Oh, here's one. There we go. So yeah, the flower turns into this after blooming, and people call them maypops because if you step on them they pop. And there's the seeds in there. And I just got a whiff of the smell. They smell really good. Really fruity, naturally. And you know, the taste is good for people. You can eat them, but they're just really seedy. Like a lot of native fruits. A little seedy for my taste. Some more. Just enjoying the variation of the leaf shape. You can all tell they have that passion flower signature, but I mean, look, you got these light green ones, these dark green ones. That one's so big. Another growing on the fence. Oh, and here's a fruit still hanging on the vine. You got all three stages right here. flower bud, the flower, and the fruit. There's some more down in there with that unique leaf shape. We had a long dry period this summer. Then for the last couple of weeks, it's just been raining every day, seemingly. This is pokeberry. Just a really cool native plant. But you should not eat the berries on this one. And here, this one's been so prolific all summer. They just keep coming. I keep thinking maybe the flowers will be over soon. And they're just coming and coming. They really like it over here. And in years past, I've tried transplanting them into my own garden. I've only ever gotten one flower out of all the attempts. And something got to it. It fell off before it could turn into a fruit. So next year I might try just borrowing some of these seeds from here at the park. Try growing some at home. If it likes where it is, it just grows and grows. But I guess they are a little sensitive. There's another one with more white on it. And if it weren't raining, you'd be seeing the bees. Carpenter bees. They love this stuff. And they start acting all erratic, rubbing all over it. Because the pollen is on these appendages up on the top area, and they get up underneath those. They just rub all over them. I think I have a video of that somewhere I might upload. Oh man, but it's just such a cool flower. I've been told it's medicinal, but I don't know anything about that. I just think it's beautiful and has an interesting growth habit. And I think it's cool that it's got a tasty little fruit. Let's get a little more of those. And as far as I know, it's native to this area. We're in North Carolina here, Chatham County. And this is my little zone where I'm experimenting with different wildflowers. Look how many are on this one. How many can I see in just this frame? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Countless. There's one hiding under there. And the other day I came over here just to look underneath for some of the seeds, and I heard something moving around, and it was a rabbit, and it went running out that way, and then one of the biggest black snakes I've ever seen came out from under there following after it. Startled me. You don't need to be afraid of black snakes. They are harmless to humans. They're good pest control. But there's just something innate in us, in our animal brains, where if you see a snake where you're not expecting one, it just makes me jump. They keep going. Passionflowers. Another one there. A couple more on that one. Oh, and next year I'll probably trellis them differently. All I did was just use whatever scraps I had laying around that weren't being used, and they loved it. So next year I might build an archway for them to climb over. But look at that one. Interesting intermediate phase of opening up. But you know, they didn't really grab on to every single trellis I built, and they liked some of them more than others, and it wasn't always easy to predict what they would like to grab onto. So I know there's a possibility that I'll build the fancy archway for them to climb onto, and they won't want anything to do with it. And that's just the way nature is sometimes. And all the way over here is there one last passionflower vine. Hey, look, there's one. Looking healthy. Some red buds, some grapes, morning glory, lots of viney weeds. Not easy to keep up with them when there's so much rain, so much sun. They just love it. Another one. You recognize the leaves? Yep, and here's the last one growing up on the fence. I like this one. It's got a morning glory mixed up in it. They can be really hard to weed around because they just get so tangled up and they grab onto things. So you get some more of that vininess. The tendrils, they're not nearly as strong as something like a muscadine grapevine, where the tendrils will wrap around this many times, but they'll be like a woody in texture, so that you have to use pruners to cut them. But these are very soft, herbaceous vines, so you can rip them off easily. But that's just the thing. So if you're trying to selectively weed around the passionflower vines, it can be easy to damage the plant because you're pulling up weeds that you're pulling up plants that it has attached its vines to, damaging the vines. Well, that's the passionflower tour. I think we'll go in one last stop. There's one last little section of passionflower, I think I remember. And yeah, it's like, it does so well on its own, and whenever I try to influence it, sometimes it behaves, but really it's just gonna do whatever it wants to do. I'm gonna try not to slip down this hill in this rain. Where you see the flags, that's where we've been planting native perennials to replace some of the more invasive trees that we removed. Oh, here they are. Looking pretty marvelous out here. And just the other day I was weeding in this area, and I got to hear the famous pop. Stepped on a couple of fruits and they made a nice satisfying pop. But yeah, Guess I'll end the video. Take a look at this one. It's a pretty flawless one. Bye bye.